Hi there, I'm Peggy, your crypto gal, and we're just going to touch base on a quick basis of what the hell is happening out there in the markets today. Oh my gosh, it's been a wild roller coaster ride, but this is what I love about this volatility in the crypto market. And I hope you guys are getting the best out of this too. Now, listen, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just here to be able to share information to give you that intrigue to make you want to jump on board and do your own read and research to make sure you know where your investment's going, because it's all about you and your money. So please make sure that you do your own read and research. I like to be able to share just one thing that I have to say today that just might trigger you to want to make that basis and continue on to make sure you know where your investment needs to lay. Okay, let's get started. Okay, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It has been a wild whirlwind with Ethereum climbing back after Monday's drop of $3,100 by gaining 500 in just 3 days. The altcoins are also in the green, with Ethereum leading the pack by surging 6% on the day and reclaiming itself back into a little over 3,600 bucks. Now, Bitcoin has definitely increased itself above its 48,000. Now it's triggering us a little bit and playing with us on the 47, jumping to 46. I think we're going to see this come in and go pretty much for the next few weeks. So don't trigger yourself. Don't get yourself all freakish on it. You're going to be okay. From a brief price drop from Wednesday, Bitcoin continued with its gradual price to increase itself to exceeding the $48,000. Today, we're opening up at the 47. I'll get to the charts in just a second so we can kind of go over the graphs a little bit, especially for the newcomers. I'm all about the newbies that are coming on board with crypto. I love being on Twitter, but everybody's just so deep into it. They forget about the newbies, and the newbies get lost in the shuffle, and I just can't stand that because I want the newbies to get on board. Okay, from a relative stable weekend with Bitcoin stood at its 46, and people kind of freaking out for its little drop down to 43. The volatility reached this market coming out of it good from the weekend on Monday. It's so funny how that this market, being the volatility that it is, has done a complete flip around, whereas on the weekends at this time last year, just noting itself at $12,000 to $14,000 that we were pushing to look and see, we're now at $46,000, people. So don't even sit here and tell me that you can't claim this. However, you always have that one stepchild that has to throw the anchor in the water when the boat is trying to get out of the docks. And that is where fake news comes into play. This is why I don't even watch the news. This is why I do my read and research. Reports claim that Walmart will accept Litecoin payments for its online services sent by Bitcoin by up to $1,500 in minutes before it crumbled to $3,000 less than 1 hour. The impact of fake news and the most recent Chinese FUD, the FUD, though was short-lived, the bulls came back and played and started driving the cryptocurrency north again. That's right. It's amazing when somebody here's something that's going to be challenged on fake news. So be careful, people. The scammers are working you out there. You got Cardano with its big pull today. Oh, excuse me. You got Cardano with its big pull today coming in for its basis and doing its me and my hands, doing its great big pull out there as far as making sure that the scammers are going to be looking for you. They're going to be watching for you and telling you you need to transfer your Bitcoin. Don't. Pay attention. Don't do any of your movements. Hoskinson's has this down to an art with Cardano. You will know what your basis needs to be. Now let's just take a little look at a little bit more of what's out there in the markets that's kind of happened and transpired a little bit. Dogecoin was trading at 1.45% higher at $2,437. Digital token Stellar XLM gained, yay. I'm always holding in there for XLM, 1.19% of its 0.3372 cents. XRP, one of my big favorites, and you better watch out because baby, as soon as this is released, which it is happening, I'm telling you, if you don't have your XRP, you're gonna miss the boat. Uphold is a good one to have your XRP on. They give some paybacks on there, so do your read and research and check out that exchange. Litecoin rose at 4.75% to $189.73. Now we'll continue to see the bullish pumps and pullbacks with Bitcoin that will draw these into the altcoins, but I believe you'll be able to see this happening a little bit longer and give you a little bit more flavor, but it's just going to test you out there for your market and see if you're going to be the hodler Are you going to panic and cash in? Please, I hope that you take a value of what your investment is and do your read and research to know it's okay to hold out. Okay, this is what this is about this market sometimes, is it's best to just hold out. Okay, now let's just step over real quick and real briefly. I just want to share with you guys, just taking a glance over at the market, and we'll go over to, excuse me, haven't had my coffee yet. Isn't that amazing? And I'm still the cipher. I'm so excited. Okay, this is looking at Bitcoin. Right now, we're justifying itself in the coin market cap. Now, I am using coin market cap. Bitcoin's at its 47,000, which I said, you guys, it's testing us. It was at 48 just even an hour and a half ago. So you're definitely going to see this. And as I like to show you guys always, and yes, I'm opening up with Bitcoin, I don't look at one day. I automatically start out with 7 days. You can see where the RSI dropped itself with this beautiful coin, playing into it back on over the weekend to give that little bit of a frantic scare. But you can see that Bitcoin's pulling out. You had all of this fake news going on that of what was happening with Walmart and coming to basis, Elon Musk pulling in with his SpaceX of Dogecoin. And so this just makes Bitcoin jump. However, it makes the deep-welled investors sit there and say, hey, wait a minute, let's take a look at this glance. So Grayscale even did a hodl on that too. So this is just one of the factors to be able to look at it. I want you guys to get familiar, whatever it is that your market cap, coin market cap, trending.com, whatever it is that you look at for your different rankings, it's very important to get familiar with what your rankings are doing. Okay, so don't be scared to dive into it. Don't be scared to look at it. Open it up, take the time, investigate yourself. Okay, here's Ethereum. Looking at it, it's now at its 3,600. Like I said, it's been playing with us. Its low was 34 coming into it in the last 24 hours. So you're still good in the window of Ethereum. Like I always say, let's get out of 1 day, go into 7 days, take a look at this baby. As Bitcoin did its jump over the weekends, Ethereum did the same thing. Just to put that little scare tactic in there, ETH is not going anywhere. The Ether is the push. It is the ecosystem realm. More and more that you will see this diversion. We've got over 10,000 and growing numbers of different coin tokens that are coming involved in the cryptocurrency market. This opens a wide variety of doors for people to be able to have the opportunities to know what the hell they want to do for their investment. So I'm just saying, do your homework and pay attention to yourself. And as you guys know, I always like to tag on my fave, Bitcoin. And when I do, this is what happens. Look at the beauty in this. I mean, this is gorgeous to me. I love it when I can see that Ethereum can overrank in this. It gives me a nice tickle, and that makes me happy. Taking a glance at it again, Ethereum is the turquoise. When you add the Bitcoin to it, you can see the justification of Ethereum. So Ethereum is definitely one for you newbies out there on the market. Get yourself involved in it. This is a good altcoin to distribute yourself with, to get familiar with, learn, play with it, distribute itself. Okay, so make sure you hold value in yourself and what you're doing with your markets out there. This is very, very important. Okay, taking another glance over, you know, guys, I always like to step in and be able to see what's happening out there in the crypto markets. I like to be able to share with you guys what's going on, where the fantasies are of the people that are driving the markets, if it's the big well of the deep pocket investor, or is it the complete source of the retailer that's coming on board and justifying itself. I mean, these are things that I think are important of where the inlays are and what's going on with them. Looking at this basis, it's one that plays a huge factor in the markets and making sure that it is targeted, make sure that your investment is where it needs to be. I think this is an important source for people to be able to inlay on where their definitions need to be. This is why I think it is so important, especially being new to something that you're not used to, especially if you've never even done the regular stock market before. You really need to pay attention to your sources. Don't just get online and let's say you open up, and I'm not saying CoinDesk is bad. I do a lot of reading research off of CoinDesk as well. But when you're looking at CoinDesk or Cointelegraph, read it. And as you read it, open up the links that they supply you and study it, and then go back to, now this is just how I do it, go back to your markets and take a look at it, do some more read and research, see where the volatility is, see, is this the best time for it, set your alarms, know when the balance is going to be, see where your graph markets, pay attention to your RSI at the moment. You can see where it's going to bounce. Pretty much the predictable of the indicators are there, and it's going to drive you where your basis needs to be. I just personally feel like this is a good source line. This is something that's been directed in many, many attributes. And I just hope that people still pay attention to this, because your investment is your investment, not the government's investment, and not for them to tell you what to do. Okay, so I'm going to close off with my DeFi. I always like to touch base with my DeFi just to be able to share some information with you guys. And so it was a little bit of a whirlwind with the DeFi. SOL Solana came back with the blockchain have suffered with a major outage yesterday, which ultimately forced the network to restart following a hurried bug fixing upgrade, which was fine. This is going to happen. You have internet. You are literally working with your money on the internet. It's just like back in the day, and I'm going to step back, when everybody had PayPal, and there were so many hackers in PayPal, and your bank account was attached to that, right? And people lost money. They couldn't trade, they couldn't buy things, they couldn't move their money, they couldn't set up their accounts. Everything was locked up. People were having to set up new accounts. Their email got hacked. I mean, it was crazy, crazy, crazy. That's internet. Okay, so it's no different. Well, it is different, but it's no different than paying attention to your securities and where you need to be with them. So this is all I'm saying. Do your read and research. It is very, 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 very important to know this. But after the bug fixing upgrade with Solana, the SOL, to curtail the uncontrollable forking of the chain. Now, still technically, the protocol's growing DeFi ecosystem has amused nearly $11 billion, and I love doing the B with my lips, in total value that's locked. And Solana has also tapped into the latest NFT manias. That's right. SOL, which is Solana, has definitely tapped itself into the NFTs, which are, I'm going to do a whole new section on that as well, you guys, next week. Being able to describe what NFTs are, how they work, what you can do with them. It might even be something that's laying around your house that you really don't even think is worth a you know what. But if you put it out there in the market, you can see what this is going to do. But propelling it, SOL token, into the top 10 of the market cap, over $47 billion. The patch was released on Tuesday afternoon, requiring a community of validators who operated off the network to coordinate with the software update and restart the chain. The process was completed early on Wednesday, according to the Solana Foundation, and this was how fast the message got out there. So the alert came on my phone. It woke me up because I'm in a different time zone. And it woke me up. I paid attention to it. I went in, I protected my numbers, moved it off, put it on my ledger, and my money was safe. As soon as I got the alert again that things were situated, they fixed the bug and things were situated, then I was able to download back out of my ledger, my nano ledger, and put it back into this, and I was able to kind of move a little bit because I thought, I better kind of protect a little bit more and invest in different nodes. Now, Solana is a POS. That's a proof of stake smart contract blockchain. Now, we all know the difference in all those words that I've just said for you newbies, as I started in the very beginning. One of the few such protocols that is incompatible with the EVM, and the EVM is the Ethereum virtual machines. And that is the ones where we go to with your cell phones, the computers, and the illiteracies of this. Now, be careful when you get involved with Solana, because like I say, it's a totally different POS for its protocol. Now, of course, my one and all-time favorite is Uniswap. It climbed 6.39% to 27.25. Uniswap price has experienced some nice bullish gains throughout the trading session coming about, even though it dropped into third in the last probably 72 hours, with LUNA and Chainlink taking its toll for first and second place. However, the daily highs coincide with the collection of a major resistant level in the Ichimoku system. Now, conversely, the strong supports of the open of the current daily candlestick is the confluent zone of both supports. Uniswap price shows the standard pullback has occurred. A continuation of the prior downtrend is likely that the Uniswap price has traded higher in a day, in one day, okay, not LUNA, not Chainlink, but faced resistance against its collection of those two levels. UNI Uniswap will continue with its gains from those that see fit as the well investors grows for the specifics and the benefits both far and wide for this bullish move in the DeFi system. Now, this plays a huge value line as well. So let's just kind of open up the DeFi market and take a look at it as well. Let's go share screen. And I'm going to go to CoinGecko for the DeFi. And as you guys can see, Terra holds number 1. Uniswap is moved up to number 2. No, this is wrong. They got it labeled wrong because Chainlink should still hold. I'm going to do a quick refresh just to see if this doesn't inlay. Okay. So Chainlink, they're proclaiming it as number 3. The price prediction is 27.37 in its gains. Terra Luna still holds its value in less than 1 hour of 5.5, 7.6% total overall in the 24 hours. I do not have any Luna, but I have done some little bit of research on it. Is one that I would definitely stronghold. Not too good though for the newbies. I think this is one that's more experienced for itself. Whereas with Uniswap, I tend to lean to the better values of this in a 24-hour period. You can see the difference as to why they're labeling it this way. It has a faster growth. This is one of the first ones out there in the DeFi system to be able to share. And a lot of people in the European markets, as well as the Asian markets, really show stronghold into the Uni, and so do I. I'm very deep pocketed now into Uni. As a matter of fact, I moved from my 30% of Bitcoin now that I'm 10% Bitcoin and I'm 20% Uni, just to let you know a little personal data there in regards to me. But look who's coming back alive. The other day when I did, I think it was the day before yesterday, I did thing on DeFi, and Aave was way down into number 11, and now Aave's moving up into the number 6 slot, but you can see that it's doing growth. Well, this is because Bitcoin runs the show, and when China does what it's doing over there for the markets, this envelopes into, let's say, what all of the altcoins are doing in movement in the ecosystem, and this is where the growth comes because people know where they can get on board. It's amazing how you can focus on one particular area that's going to be driven for you and what is going to drive you and give you the better interest. So you guys listen, please, above and beyond, please promise me that you will do your read and research. It is so, so important that you do this, okay? It holds the value of your own interest and what you're gonna do with your market. Like, please believe in what you're doing whenever you do this. And guys, if you wanna reach out to me, you can. I'm fixing to open this up abroad on Telegram, Instagram, and Facebook under Pegs Goody Global Pegs. And you'll be able to see a lot of these videos as well as my YouTube channel. I'm Peggy, your crypto gal, and I hope that I have given you at least one thing out of what I've just said that you'll continue on with your read and research to do your best of your better value of your investment in this crypto space. You guys have a fabulous day, and I'll see you really soon.